Welcome back to Culture Central. I'm your host, Jezenia Marrero, alongside Ibrahim Traore, a Penn State student athlete who has made quite the name for himself. Eve, thank you so much for joining us today. We're all excited to have you. So to start off, what was it like balancing being an athlete and a student at the same time? So tell me about that.
I'm glad to be here, but balancing being a student and an athlete sometimes is something that just comes over time, just doing it again and again and again. So when you come in as a freshman, they're already putting you in summer workouts. They have you like up in the morning. You're going back to your dorm room. You're doing your schoolwork. So it's kind of like a routine that you're just doing constantly. So just being consistent throughout your process is something that's going to help you like in the long run.
Yeah, so talking about those summer workouts, what is the earliest time a workout has been?
Ooh, I'll probably say around like 6 a.m. But it depends though, because a lot of the freshmen, when they get on campus, they want to get those guys acclimated as quickly as possible. So like when you're coming in, you're gonna have these early morning workouts because they're trying to break you. But then when you move along the grades and you're a sophomore and you're a junior, you have later workouts. And it also depends on your class schedule, but ultimately it's about your grade.
Yeah, that's great. So coming from high school to D1 football, Penn State's program,
Yeah.
what was that transition like for you?
Okay, so we're gonna mention the fact that I'm from New York City. New York City doesn't have a lot of football players. Like it's not a football state. As you guys know, like New York City is a basketball, like it's the basketball mecca.
Definitely.
It's the basketball mecca. So it was one of a kind, like I'm in this school. I'm the first Division One athlete to ever come out of my school. I'm getting all this praise. So it was like being the king of the hill, honestly. It was an awesome experience. You have all these coaches flying in from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, I mean, and coming in and talking to you. So it's like a king of the hill type feeling.
So throughout the 4 years here, what kind of growth have you gone through in the mindset shifts of just being a freshman to now? Tell me more about that.
Just being more of an adult, you got to take care of your business. If you put stuff off and wait till later and procrastinate, those things will eventually come and bite you back at the end. When you're an adult and you're a professional about your business, things usually tend to turn out great for yourself. For example, let's say you have a homework assignment and it's due Friday and you procrastinate till Thursday. But if you're professional about it, you want to attack it Monday, chip some off Tuesday and Wednesday. So I would just say just growing and being an adult, being a professional about my business and applying it to the student aspect and the athlete aspect and being an older brother and being an older brother and a younger brother and a son, a cousin, just applying it like to different parts of my life, but just being a professional.
Yeah. So you are also a broadcast journalism major like myself. What
Yeah.
has that been like? What made you choose broadcast? What's like the real like love for it that you have?
So I'm in high school. We have this class. It's a performing arts class, and I have a voice. I talk a lot. I'm very social, as you can see, and they put me at the lead anchor, and then you got the teleprompter up. I'm there, and I'm reading off the words, and I'm just having so much fun, and I get so much praise of it. Like so much, I'm getting so much praise that they decide to make me like the school anchor. So like I'm doing the school announcements. I'm having fun. I'm being passionate about it, and that's where like the love came for. So I thought, you know what, how can I push it even further and just take it to the next level? So I'm like, when I go to college, I want to see what it's all about. Come, major it, meet some folks, network, do it all.
So you've known for a while.
I've known for a while, and I like to dance around it. Like sometimes like I think, is this something that I really want to do? Is this more of a hobby? But I still experiment.
Tell me about Gloves Off, which is the podcast you started. You're a co-host. It's about hockey. What really like is your guys' like motto, your statement, what you want to show through Gloves Off?
So I have a lovely host, Kendall Skillicky, and we recently just brought in Landon Tengwall. He's my roommate, and they're awesome people. They do a lot of awesome work outside, behind the scenes. But Gloves Off started off 2 years ago. Me and Kendall Skillicky, we had a class in Willard, Com 360, and whatchamacallit, she posted like she would help me a lot actually with my comm work. So then we kind of built that relationship. So, we had each other on social media. And one time she posted that she was starting this hockey podcast. And I thought it was a great opportunity. I know nothing about hockey, but why not put myself in the fire? I'm networking at the same time. And it was a season where I had surgery. So I had a lot of time on my hands to really hone my craft and like be the person I want to be. So I reached out and I was like, hey, are you looking for a co-host? I didn't even think twice about it. And then she was like, wait, are you for real? Are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, like, why not? I'll do it. So then next semester came after the season. we got to talking, we scripted some things out, and now we film in Willard every other week or every week.
Personally, I love the podcast,
Yeah.
but tell us, what do you guys talk about and what's your like main point of it?
So we bring in these hockey players at Penn State, and we really center around like what they do because they have unique lifestyles. Like these are guys that are playing professional hockey before they play college, and that's kind of unheard of. But we like to talk about their personal lives, their growth, what they went through, and topics can go from talking about our personal lives. Like for example, like I talked about my spring break trip and what I did on spring break, and Landon recently went to Canada. He talked about his experience and anything pop culture, anything that's trending at the moment. I know we've mentioned Kim Kardashian a couple of times on our podcast, but it really varies on what's trending that week and their personal lives and our personal lives. You try to keep it very casual and conversation like.
Nice. The State College Food Bank is something that you're very involved with. Tell me about what made you want to get into it, how you do it, what you do with them.
So State College Food Bank, Jonathan, actually not Jonathan, his name is Tyler. He reached out to me 2 years ago. He runs this nonprofit organization where he helps a lot of Division I athletes in NIL and linking them with philanthropies. And it was a couple of options. I know it's the State College Food Bank. I can't really name others off my head, but I seen it and I thought food is a necessity. Like if there's anything like people shouldn't be without, it's food, it's water, and it's shelter. And I thought this was a great opportunity to give back to the community that invested in me. So I thought of it like I'm gonna invest in the community that brought me out of New York City, paid for my schooling, gave me an opportunity to network with a bunch of great people, and why not invest back into the community and make sure everyone has that necessity of food.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The community relations are really interesting.
Yeah, they play a long shot. You never know like what doors you'll open and like how the doors will react.
Yeah, changing lives, honestly.
Yeah.
So what's your next? You're a senior now. What's your plan now? How are you
Man.
feeling? You're wrapping everything up.
Don't even remind me. Like school ends in 5-6 weeks, and I feel like I got here not too long ago. But I'm currently in the transfer portal, and I'm looking to go somewhere and do grad school somewhere else and play football. I recently just came back from an official visit from the University of Toledo. I like the school a lot, but I want to venture in the business side of things. So, like you mentioned before, broadcast journalism major, working in talent side. I want to go and pursue something that's on the opposite spectrum, work logistics and management. So I'm looking to go get my MBA at this school. And I recently just, talking about what I'm doing next with broadcast, I recently just opened up an Instagram account. And I kind of want to combine pop culture in there somewhere with journalism. So I love cooking. Being in the transfer port, I've had a lot of time to just really chef and cook myself. I made lamb, steak, salmon, you can really name it. So I kind of want to do what Dave Portman does. He's the guy at Barstool. He goes around and he tries all this pizza. I want to show the people what I can do in the kitchen. Show what I do outside of football and outside of being a student athlete. Show my passions and who I am.
That's really exciting. So what's your favorite meal you've cooked?
Okay, so it's this garlic mashed potatoes with these. I didn't season the lamb too much, but salt, pepper. I think it was thyme or parsley. I really can't remember. But it was this lamb dish I made with mashed potatoes and this mushroom and onion kind of sauce with heavy cream. It was really good. But you can't go wrong with salmon, though.
Yeah. And even with seasonings, like, in my opinion, I think less is more.
Less is definitely
Less can be more. Sometimes,
Yeah. But what I struggle with is like I either over season or under season.
I get
and,
that.
Like imagine spending 2-3 hours in the kitchen, you're chefing, you're going hard, all for your food just to taste average. Like it hurts, but it's all a learning experience.
Awesome. So what's the Instagram handle?
eat.with.ib.
Perfect.
Go follow, guys.
Thank you for watching Culture Central Sports once again, and stay tuned for more shows like this.
Thanks for having me.